Happy holidays from the Loop team. I'm your host, Brittany, and welcome to our Loop series, Melting Pot of Flavor, which means it's all about food, especially since we are in the festive season. We'll be showcasing guests from various Caribbean backgrounds that showcase a unique dish specific to their culture. We are thrilled to have with us this time Mrs. Alveta Knight, Consul General for the Bahamas to Jamaica, who has been living in Jamaica for over 25 years, but serving as a diplomat for over a decade. We're excited to eat, watch her cook, so let's go. So, welcome to our very special guest, Bahamian guest at that.
Thank you.
Mrs. Alveta Knight, welcome. We're thrilled to have you.
Well, I'm happy to host you.
Thank you. Now, you've been in Jamaica for years. I'm sure it's been several Christmases.
It has.
But you have always, remained true to your Bahamian roots.
Yes.
Not leaving out the food, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
So today you're here to show us, what exactly you showcase for Christmas in Jamaica with your family. And, adding your own unique twist to it. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the dish you'll be presenting today and adding your own flair
To it?
Yes.
So, in the Bahamas, we have a number of dishes we use or we eat during the Christmas celebration. One of the most nostalgic for me is our breakfast dishes, particularly chicken souse, sheep tongue souse, stewed fish, boiled fish. So those for me are reminiscent of going to midnight mass, leaving midnight mass, heading to the church hall, having any of those breakfast dishes, and then heading to the Junkanoo Festival on Bay Street. Or sometimes completely missing midnight mass, going to Junkanoo's, and then coming home and celebrating the win or mourning the loss of your favorite Junkanoo group with such a Bahamian breakfast dish. And what I've done with my chicken sauce with traditional Johnny cake, and then I ended up with, I did not make the guava duff, but New Duff, a wonderful young man from the Bahamas who pre-packages guava duff. So I'll give you a guava duff, and we'll wash it down with some switcher. Switcher is our version of a lemonade.
Lovely.
So the limes are from my yard for the switcher.
I like that.
The chicken,
Farm to table.
Yes, farm to table. And everything in the chicken sauce is actually from Jamaica. It's CB chicken, it's carrots and potatoes and onions from the breadbasket parish, and the Johnny cake. It's a twist to my family's Johnny cake because they see me making it. They would have liked it to be a little drier, but mine was a little moist, and they would have loved the top to be a little smoother, but mine is a little biscuity. I think it's a word that you guys described.
Yeah. So pretty much Christmas, it kickstarts for you from the morning right into the evening with breakfast.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
We will have chicken sauce.
Chicken sauce, okay.
Preparing the chicken, you have to wash it. We wash it with lime and vinegar, and after we've washed it and cleaned it, we'll then put it with the onions, really nice big chunks of onion, chunks of potato, chunks of carrots, chunks of celery. You put in some allspice, you put in some bay leaf, and you'll put it in a pot. So the pot I use is actually a pot that has been in my family for a while. So when my mother passed, I got that pot. So I've cooked the chicken sauce in that pot.
I love that.
My sister and I would argue about that pot, but I got the pot.
So it makes the Christmas even more special.
It does, and it's a well-seasoned pot, as Jamaica like to say, because that pot has been used for decades. So having boiled the chicken, as it were, the best way I can describe this would be a boiled Chinese boiled chicken, but not as bland. And I'm not because we actually have seasoned our boiled chicken, and we will marry that with Johnny cake. So the Johnny cake, now you have butter, salted melted butter. That's very important. It can be chunks of cold butter. You have flour. Some people put in eggs. My family, we don't use eggs. A little pinch of salt. You have evaporated milk or regular milk, and you'll mush that up with your hands. And then after you've combined all those ingredients together, did I get everything? I got flour, milk, a little salt, so you balance sweet and salt. And then you will put it in a very well-oiled pan. And then you bake that for about 45 minutes to an hour. And that comes out like a cake, as you'll see. And we'll use that now when we slice it, we'll dip it into the broth. And that is amazing. Some people actually layer it at the bottom and then put their chicken sauce on top of it. Some people use it on the side and as a dipper. And some people eat and chew simultaneously. But we have the two-hand approach. Eat your chicken sauce while you eat a piece of bread, so both pieces go in simultaneously.
Yeah.
And then to end, we will have dessert. guava duff, like I said earlier, the guava duff is actually made by a company called New Duff in the Bahamas, but it's a spin on the traditional dessert,
which is your special dessert in the Bahamas.
Special dessert in the Bahamas, which is a puff pastry that is steamed. Traditionalists will put it in a pillowcase, wrap the pastry in a pillowcase and put it in water, and it'll allow it to steam. I think it's a traditional dessert format that came from the UK, from the British ancestry. So we have that, and then the new age persons will put it in a steamer. But New Duff, this, like I said, this young man who I'm very proud of, he has taken our traditional dessert and he's packaged it into individual pieces. So we'll end with that, and then we will drink all of this. We will wash it all down with switcher.
Switcher, I like that.
So switcher is just limes, sugar, and water. And on a really hot day, it's the most refreshing drink. An ice cold glass of switcher. I use wings in this. Traditionally, we use wing, the wing part of the chicken, but most people depends on what they like. Some people want to just get a nice bit of, get some broth in there for you.
So we're getting ready to have our chicken sauce.
So some countries, chicken sauce is a cold dish. In the Bahamas, sauce is I don't think I got a lot of broth. I'm going to get some more. This over here. And then here's some Johnny cake. So Jamaican Johnny cakes are usually little balls. As you can see, our Johnny cake.
What's so special about your Johnny cake?
It looks like a cake.
I have my Johnny cake with, well, not just me, but most Jamaicans have their Johnny cake with ackee and saltfish, with some callaloo. But this Johnny cake is much different. Explain the whole process behind your Johnny cake.
Nice, thick slice of cake. It's almost like a loaf.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So here we have the chicken. Chicken. We have carrots, potato, and you season with pimento. Allspice, but important is the lime, guys. You have to have the lime. All right, so I'm ready to dig in. I'll wait on you. Sure. So we go together. Even though you've had this a million times.
I have. God is good, God is great. Thank us for our food. Amen.
Amen. I love that. All right. I do. Very zesty.
And it's very quick. It's really easy to make. Throw everything in the pot. Add that water.
Nice one-pot meal.
And now you dip in your Johnny cake into the gravy.
So it's very different because, you know, this is a broth which most persons don't have until maybe lunchtime. So it's different in Bahamas. You know, you guys have it for breakfast.
You sure do.
So I'm trying it with the potato. And how long does something like this take to make?
Depends on how much chicken you have, but usually it takes no more than 45 minutes, if so long.
Okay.
So dip in a piece of your Johnny cake into your broth and give me your thoughts.
Okay. So I'm dipping the Johnny cake into my chicken sauce. Texture feels amazing. All right. Yes. Nice. This is almost like, you know, when you're doing your porridge and you have to put crackers in.
There you go. Similar concept, yeah.
Really good.
So we will end our breakfast dinner with some guava duff. Okay. So traditionally, this would be the dessert at the end of a proper dinner. But because we're eating dinner at dinner time, we're eating at dinner time, graduating a breakfast, we will still end with a dinner dessert.
Okay.
So guava duff now is a puff pastry, like I said earlier, that will be steamed, and this is served with a really nice sauce.
Okay. So what kind of sauce is it? Like a vanilla sauce?
This is just butter, sugar, and brandy. That's all it is.
Brandy, a nice little kick. All right. So, and the filling is guava, of course.
And we take pride in not using canned guava unless we absolutely have to. So you'll take the guava, you'll peel the guava, you'll then take the seeds out of the guava, and you'll put that guava usually to boil, and you'll boil it with like some sugar or some syrupy soda until it becomes really thick. And some people season with nutmeg and cinnamon, some people just allow the natural flavor of the guava to evolve, and then you roll out a pastry, and it's almost like you're rolling a Swiss roll. So picture you've rolled this pastry, you put all of the guava, nice thick clumps of guava, and you just roll that. And once it's rolled, you then drop it, traditionalist, in a pillowcase, tie that pillowcase and drop it in boiling water, cover it, and you let it literally steam itself into this nice fluffy dough.
It does look fluffy, yeah.
So this guy has kept it real with his product. So dig in. Tell me what you think.
Alrighty.
It's gotten a little cold, though. But
There's lots of crunch.
well, could be the seeds left in the
This is good, and I do taste the brandy. So we may not be having Christmas cake, but we're having some lovely guava dough. Yes, I do taste the seeds.
So we do have fruitcake in the Bahamas, where you set your fruits from. Some people set their fruits for the entire year. So as Christmas ends, the fruits are set. Some people don't. Some people set their fruits in ginger wine. Some people set them in rum. Some people set it in moonshine.
Yeah, we set it in red label wine. Moonshine? What is moonshine?
Moonshine is a legal wine, rum in the Bahamas, made in Bahamas from corn or sugar cane. But that gives it an extra pull. Some people just immerse their fruits whole. Some people grind their fruits up in the rum and then let it set. So when you put it into the traditional fruit cake with the molasses, and again, we have people traditionalists who steam their fruit cakes as opposed to bake it. They put it in pans of water in the oven so it actually steams.
Okay.
I will not be making any of that for you because I don't know how to do that. I cheat. I use chocolate cake mix.
Chocolate cake. Well,
I'm embarrassed to say it out loud, but
nothing is wrong with that. Adding with this. Remember, this episode is all about adding your own unique twist. So there's no problem.
My family, as we speak, heard me say that out loud and cringed. They've literally written this on Alveta papers when she said she put chocolate cake mix as a base for her fruit
I mean, I would do that. Thanks for the idea. Well, this is great. And now we need to have our switcher to wash it all down.
Yes. So you can tell me what you think.
Switcher. Okay.
Switcher. And these are lemons from my yard and granulated sugar from Greece.
Nice. So this is pretty much
lemonade.
So why do we have to call it switcher?
That's what we call it. And depending on the island you're from, sometimes you add the actual lemon leaf to add more flavor. Some people boil fever grass and use fever grass water as the base for the lemonade. Some people, there's a thing we have back home called dill. They'll boil dill, use dill water as the base for the lemonade. So some people put your own spin on switcher. It's all up to what you want to do.
I like that. Oh, we didn't toast. Well, it has been great.
It has been.
And everything you did was amazing. And I will try to see how best I could even try this at home. I learned a lot. So toast to many more dinners.
Yes.
And to
many more breakfast for dinner.
Many more breakfast for dinner. And happy holidays.
Same to you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. That's a wrap for Loop's Melting Pot of Flavor. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned as we explore other dishes throughout the Caribbean and see what makes them extra special during the festive season. Also be sure to check out our extra special feature with a chef showcasing another protein option for the Christmas. Remember, stay in the loop. I'm your host, Brittany Brown. Thanks again for watching.